Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another video. So today, I want to make this video focusing on a new SSR arc that was just released. Now, I don't usually do this, but this is a rare case where this arc specifically is just pretty crazy. So you remember the arc that released with SMegius' banner a few days ago? Well, let's talk about that a bit first, and why I'm making this video. So this arc right here, the main reason why I'm talking about this is for this effect. So when defeating an enemy from a skill, then there's a chance to restore 1 SCT stock for that skill. So apparently it's discovered that the chance of this happening is 60%, and this is pretty crazy if you think about it. There's a chance that when you kill an enemy and when you use a skill stock, that it's going to restore that skill stock. That's pretty crazy, and the thing about this is it can activate more than once if you kill multiple enemies in the same skill. So I want to do a bit of testing with this and best use cases for this specifically. So you can obviously take advantage of this by, in PvE content, you can clear waves very easily with this now because obviously there's a bunch of enemies and you're just going to basically have infinite skill stocks as long as you are continuously killing enemies. So I think this by itself is pretty crazy. But it also gets even more crazy with the synergies you can come up with this. So there are certain units that have not many skill stocks and they have very strong skill 3s, and I want to talk a bit more about that. So in Arena there is this one unit, SLagrobos. I know he's a mage, but when he came out he was quite strong and he was meta at the time, and now he has come back because of the new Arena. Focusing on auto battles, he's quite effective now again. So the reason why I'm talking about him is because, as you know, he's got a very crazy good skill 3 because it's guaranteed to hit all enemies in the map. Is very strong. He only has one skill stock of his skill 3, and usually you can just use this once or twice. If you have purple orbs, you can probably use it twice, and then he kind of loses his effectiveness. But with this new arc, he just becomes on a whole nother level, I think, because this arc having a 60% chance to get your skill stock back for his skill 3, it just is an amazing synergy. So what I want to do now is I want to show you my current build for SLagrobos, and then go into some battles to show you how effective this arc is. So this may help some people. If you've seen SLagrobos around recently, then this may inform you of how to build him properly, but gotta warn you, this does require a couple of limited things which you may not have. But this is my current build, which is going to be very strong. So, Kingdom of Science flag, you may not have this, but this is 100% the best staff to have on him, because greatly boosts physical attack damage based on intelligence is basically equivalent to Thaumaturgy Ring Plus, and this is so strong. Now, if you don't have this staff, you must have a staff because of his traits. That gives him 120% more skill damage when you have a staff. So the only other alternative I can think of is this staff, which gives physical damage 10%, which we've had from an event recently. That's basically it. If you don't have that, then just go for pretty much any staff. You must have a staff because if you use a sword, you're missing out on the 120% damage. But if you don't have Kingdom of Science staff, then you don't really have any other good options. But that one event staff that has some physical damage is something at least, so I would recommend that. I have his paid robe just because it gives continuous brave and grand aura effect. You don't need it, but I just think it's good. You could go with an alternative like clothes or something which give physical damage, that will be completely fine. I'm just going with his paid because I like it. And you could trade this in the Crimson Ore shop if you want to, and then get it Godforge. That's up to you. And then 2 revive accessories just because he dies a hell of a lot, and him reviving I think is quite important. He uses his skill 3 and he's going to get killed by Guile. If the enemy team has a Guile, he will die, so revive accessories, having as many revives as possible is quite useful, I think. Now let's go over to my skills. So he scales heavily off of intelligence because at the end of the day he is a mage, but he does have a lot of like Thaumaturgy Ring skills that increases his strength based on intelligence. So I think increasing his intelligence is the most effective way. Don't really worry about his strength, I think. So I have him at 106 SC. It's a pretty, easy build. Pose of Glory, Pose of Honor, Spirit Breath, Sky High. Maglion is a pretty important one because based on distance, he doesn't move. If he's using a skill 3, then he doesn't move. So this is a big damage increase on SLagrobos. Thaumaturgy Ring. So he doesn't actually have Thaumaturgy Ring in his kit. So if you don't have this skill to teach on him, he's going to be losing out on a ton of damage. So I highly recommend to use this if you have it, because it's on Theopolis Yumarak, and it's just an amazing skill. You pretty much must have this. If you don't, I don't know if it's going to do enough damage for you if you're missing everything. Like, if you're missing the Science Flag and Thaumaturgy Ring, I don't know if he's going to do enough damage for you, especially against the top arena teams, but this is what I'm using. Beast Repellent just helps a bit, so he doesn't get hit as often. Now, Skill 3 boost. This gives 20% damage to his Skill 3. I think that's pretty important because his Skill 3 is basically his main skill and the only skill he's going to be using. Purple Orb is very important because he only has one stock of his Skill 3, and giving another stock of his Skill 3 is just amazing. If you don't have this, you don't need it, but it does improve his, how he performs by quite a lot, because having another skill stock of his Skill 3 is just, it helps a lot. And it gives you another chance to use your Skill 3, especially if you put on Quick Trigger. You could potentially have 2 of his Skill 3s at the start of battle, and that'd be crazy. And then he just keeps restoring them from killing enemies. It's just a great synergy. But if you don't have this, just probably focus more on damage, I guess, is all you can do. Skill Charge 3 and Quick Trigger, you pretty much must have these, because Quick Trigger having a chance to restore your SCT stock of your Skill 3 is quite strong, but only use Quick Trigger if you have Purple Orb. If you don't have Purple Orb, then you don't really need Quick Trigger, because having Skill Charge 3 and having Spell Render Formation is just enough to have one skill stock of your Skill 3. Decoy, like I said, revives are very important on him. Sharp Eyes, going to be very good. I do recommend this a lot because 50% damage is quite a lot of damage, and he is going to get a lot of MP as long as he's killing enemies with a Skill 3, which he should kill the weaker enemies like Lilahar. He can definitely kill Lilahar, as long as she doesn't have a lot of MP and has her healing skill on. Dog Eat Dog, Braver, and Savage Strike, these are all just damage focused skills. Again, I would highly recommend using these because he needs as much damage as possible to be able to try and kill the backliners. His main goal is to kill the supports and the mages in the enemy team, so trying to increase his damage as much as you can, and that's my current build. So like I said, it's mainly focusing on as much physical damage as possible, and his Skill 3 and Skill 3 stock, Thaumaturgy Ring, MP and SCT, all important stuff. So now let's actually go into battle against someone and try and see how effective this arc is on him. So I'm just going to attack someone random on my guild, because why not? And let's go on auto and see how this goes. So I want you to keep an eye on SLagrobos' Skill 3 and how many skill stocks he has. So he starts with 1 this time, uses it, and obviously he dies, but you see that he got another skill stock back. He's got 1 again, he's going to use it again. He should kill some enemies. Now he's got 2. That's just great. How did he get 2 back? Okay, and then he's going to use it again. Well, he got flinched that time, so he didn't manage to use it, but it doesn't matter because he's got another one anyway. If he manages to use it, which he does, now he's got another skill stock of his Skill 3. You see how effective this is? It's just pretty crazy. He can just continuously get his Skill 3 back, because it hits everyone on the map. I don't think he's going to be able to use it this time. Yeah, he used it, but he got flinched, so that didn't really work out. But you can see, if he has a skill stock, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'm going to go into this battle again, or another battle, and then I'll show you again how effective it is. But you can see it's pretty crazy because he had so many stocks of his Skill 3 because of that arc. If you go to the battle report, he did a lot of damage there. Lilahar didn't even get cast off, but it doesn't matter. SLagrobos, he did so much damage there, and his main role is killing the, the supports and the backliners, the physical damage dealers. He can do that pretty well. So let's just attack one more person, just to, give you a full idea of how effective this is with this arc. specifically just improves him by a hell of a lot, and you're probably going to be seeing quite a lot of people doing this because this is pretty damn strong, I gotta admit. So he starts with 2 this time. He uses 1 skill stock, he got 1 back, and everyone's dead, but fine, because he can use another one. There he goes, and now he's got skill stock back, great, because he killed enemies. Then he's going to use another one, there you go. Didn't get 1 back that time, disappointing, but don't matter because he has another one. He should get back 1 this time, yeah, there you go, now he's got 2 again. This is great, I just think this is so hilarious. There you go, he's got another one, he's still got 2, uses that one, there you go. You can see how effective that is, right? I don't know how many he used, I wasn't counting, but geez, that was a hell of a lot. It's just so funny to me, the fact that it hits everyone in the map. It's just stupidly strong. Look how much damage he did there. He did like most of that damage. That's stupid. That's crazy. And this is all because of that specific arc that I'm using. And now you can see how effective this is, especially with this unit in Arena. Insanely broken. A lot of people are going to be using this build, for sure. So if you do manage to get this arc, it's definitely one of the better SSR arcs in the game currently, especially out of the more recent SSR arcs. It's definitely one of the best ones. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to talk about in this video. Hopefully this helped you out and, you know, informed you of this arc, because if you see this with SLagrobos in Arena, just run, don't attack them, because you're probably going to die, depending on your attack team. But yeah, just a quick video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.